What is going on, guys? It's your boy Cryptodilly right here with Guccheetah, and we're back for another episode of Unboxing Web3. Today we got something super special, but before we get into that, Guccheetah, what do you got on? What are you wearing today?
All right, well, for this fit check, this is a foreshadow of what we're unboxing today. You see the crown, right? This is a Basquiat crown. This is a fan piece of merch that I made, kind of insinuating, Kagami is king. I wore this to the NFT LA event, and what makes it special is we got people to write Kagami under the crown, and he signed it. He misspelled Kagami, but that's all right. He fixed it by adding a little A up here. But yeah, the Beeple Kagami King shirt. What do you got on, Billy?
For my fit, I got the Bones by Doritos sweater on, actually, and this thing's super dope. It actually has the Doritos Bones character on the back here. I actually got it at Art Basel during the Bones Doritos event. They were serving up tequila, and they had a bunch of swag for, holders, and then also gave away some skateboards too. So yeah, super cool event, super great utility for Doritos by Bones. Go check out that collection. But yeah, let's get right into the video. What are we unboxing today?
So like you already know, Kagami. We have a unopened Kagami right here that we'll get into. But first, let's do a little backstory. This happens to be the year anniversary for Kagami, which is pretty cool. Last October in 2022, with a lot of drama, 10K ETF announced Kagami. Kagami had been foreshadowed throughout the history of 10K ETF, starting with dropping hints of 893, which is the edition size of Kagami, to Kagami's being displayed at the LA and New York event. So a year ago, 10K ETF announces that badge holders will have an opportunity to get the Kagami. You had to have at least 10 badge holders. This happened at the end of season 1. And so the amount of badges that were out around that time was 20. The controversy started right off the bat with the super limited collection of 893, but it was hard for OGs to get it because you only needed 10 badges. A lot of OGs weren't able to get it, and drama and speculation about what a Kagami is began from there. The price of the Kagami was $208, which at the time was $850 US or 0.65 ETH. They had a lottery for waitlist, and ultimately Kagami was flooded so much that anybody could have gotten one at around mint price or below mint price. Yeah. So with that being said, let's get into the Kagami unboxing. Let me put on my, white gloves because we're dealing with something special. This is how it came from 10K ETF. And then inside, we've got a black cardboard box that houses the Kagami. Nothing special, nothing written on it. It's a nice little black box, compact in size. You open this box up, and let's see what we got here. Boom. First thing you see is this really nice, thick envelope with gold metallic print on it. We'll get into that. Next you see a piece of cardboard with the writing, "A simple new beginning together." Take this bad boy off, and then it reveals the Kagami. We'll get into that later. But first, here's all the packaging. Let's open up this envelope here and see what we got going on. So this envelope has a lot of alpha, although we think it's alpha because there's a letter from Wagmi-san. We will snap a screenshot. You can pause the video if you want to read that, but this has been dissected many times by the speculation crews running around the community. Also in the Kagami envelope, we see what looks to be a cardboard Miibit of Wagmi-san. And then there's a lot of speculation around. Kagami's got speculation all over it, but yeah, it comes with this cardboard piece. the team hasn't given us much information on what a Kagami is, except for telling us it's just art and not confirming or denying any of our speculation. So that's the packaging and the contents of the packaging. Now we get to the actual Kagami. It's sitting in here, floating into this cardboard box. And behind it is a magnet that keeps it off while in shipment. But right when you pull it out, the Kagami activates. Oh, this one is a Gucci Grail Diamond Teeth Bored Ape. This was my first Gucci Grail. Yeah, this guy's sexy. This was my first one. The Kagami cycles through about 5 minutes of Season 1 10K TF memories and lore, and it's a beautiful thing. The quality of this thing is pretty epic. Foreshadow. On the back, you have the words 10K TF. There's a magnetic charger that can connect it to power. And there you go. This thing is also portable, so it doesn't need to be plugged in. Once it's charged up, you can move it onto a desk, a bookshelf, which is pretty cool. Battery time's about, I think, a couple hours. So you have that to contend with. Let's see if this box contains a power cord. A lot of these were shipped out without a power cord. 2 out of 3 of mine were shipped without a power cord. And this one looks like it does, in fact, have a power cord. So they're hitting 33% hour for deliveries.
Well, hey, let's get right into the ratings for this episode then, and we'll start with packaging. I mean, what's your overall thoughts on the packaging for the Kagami?
So for packaging, honestly, like, it's a simple cardboard box. It's I do like the envelope, the little surprises inside, the letter. That's all definitely pluses. The only thing that I do not like about the Kagami packaging is a lot of them didn't come with the power cord. And to this day, I'm still missing a power cord in 2 out of 3. So if the power cord thing wasn't an issue within the packaging, it would probably get a better rating, but it deserves an uncommon for sure. It's better than a common, even considering the fact that we're missing some pieces, but it was a fun, my first taking this out of packaging was a really fun experience.
I think that's a little harsh, but I'll give my rating here towards the end. Let's go right into quality for the product then.
Quality, I mean, the Kagami shines on. This thing is so well made. It's revolutionary for digital displays. There's not many with a circle here. That's got to be a lot of work and a lot of tooling and a lot of R&D. Most digital displays are rectangle, and even squares are hard. So quality, the picture is very high definition. It might be harder to see off a camera from my phone, but the picture is great. The brightness is great. The resolution is great. And the quality of this thing is epic.
I agree with that. And what about displayability? Is this something that you'll display around your house? Is it something that you'll keep out in view for all your guests?
Absolutely. And it's been on display since I've taken the other one out. I have a couple of these, but one's on display in my office right now perpetually, which gives it high rating. The thing that stops it from a really high rating, though, is the lack of an on-off button. I think it's important to note. A lack of any controls for brightness, anything to that effect. I would go out of town for a week and I want to shut this thing off, but what I have to do is unplug it and wait for the battery to die. So that's a minor thing, but it's a big deal. I think that should have been incorporated. So displayability, I'm still going to give it a rare because, like I said, it's always on. A little bit more functionality on this would help me use it better, maybe a longer battery life so I can move it around and not always have it tethered to the cord. But a rare is a strong score, and I think it deserves it.
Agreed. And then I guess we get right into the value, overall value for this thing. You paid $208 for it initially. do you think it's worth the value for what you paid for it?
Right. So 208, which is about $850. Considering the fact that right now you could sell the NFT that came with this for over mint price, says a lot about value. In the last year, these have sold just the NFT for up to $8,000. So that's 9x the purchase price. I would give it a legendary because a 9x return on an NFT within a year is pretty legendary type, scoring right there. The reason why it's not going to get a legendary is it's still up in the air about what the value is to these. We know it's high quality and all that, but whether or not there's still some speculation on what the Kagami is going to mean to the community going forward, what the NFT, what utility it will have. The NFT has had utility so far, which goes into my high value score. It came with a free comfy hoodie. It got me to a Beeple event. They only allowed Kagami holders to go to a Beeple event, which won me a Beeple. So, I mean, this should certainly be legendary. But I'm going to give it an epic because I want this thing to age well. And it turns out that Kagamis are just art, which, this isn't a speculation episode. So I'm not going to make my argument why this is king, but I'm going to keep it at an epic because there's some unknowns there. And maybe we revisit the Kagami ratings in the future, but I'm going to give it an epic.
I guess that gets right into the viewer rankings. I personally have a Kagami myself. I unpackaged it, and I remember the day that I got it. It was like Christmas. I could not open it fast enough to get inside and see everything. And I think that the actual packaging itself was incredible. I was one of the few that obviously got a power cable, so I had a full complete package. And when I opened that bad boy up, I was like, this is incredible. The presentation, the quality of the materials that the cardboard's actually made out of, and then being able to have a little guy like this inside the box that you can put together and assemble. And overall, like you said, I've had mine on display since I got it. I have never turned it off, and I very rarely actually unplug it and kind of move it around the room. So that functionality doesn't matter as much to me. I agree that the on-off switch with some brightness and effects there would really help. But overall, it's always on display. Like you said, it's extremely valuable without the NFT. I think just the display itself, there's extreme value for a round display that you can have on, or in your home. First of its kind. And I think that we'll continue to see more companies try to replicate this design. But overall, for me, the display ability, the quality, the value, everything all aligns, and I'm going to go epic as well. So for the Kagami, it looks like the overall ranking from us is going to be, you said packaging was uncommon. The quality was that rare?
What that places this is a really high rare, low epic, but it's in the rare category.
Yeah, so rare for Kagami. I would say that's pretty good.
Yeah, high rare, borderline epic. Once the utility comes out, I think we're going to be solid.
The NFT side of it and being able to get a Beeple and go to those events and the access that it's gotten you, that's incredible as well. But yeah, I think that pretty much sums up this video. And we thank you guys for watching this episode of Unboxing Web3. We hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below what your ranking for the Kagami is, and then give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.